So you cannot decouple capitalism from our government because the capitalists own our government. They represent their corporate donors. They don't represent their voters. And so here's a perfect example of it. When they were talking about getting vaccines to fight this deadly virus, this is what Nancy Pelosi, this is her flex.
We must make sure that the vaccines are affordable, and
so that was her flex. You got to make sure that the vaccines are affordable. Not that we're going to give the vaccine, but everybody's you got to come up with a little scratch. That's how you have capitalism on the brain. That's just the way the gears work. What? There's a deadly pandemic. How much are we going to charge people? It's like, what? How about we just take care of it? Like if there was an invasion from another country, you wouldn't make everybody go buy their own guns to fight them, would you? No, you'd fund an army. Oh, well, shit, we do that. So why don't we just fund a healthcare system to take care of people? So just want to let you know, other countries making their tests available for free. Coronavirus Digest. Germany reintroduces free tests. Now, keep that in mind as I show you this from Jen Psaki. This is the president's press secretary being asked about COVID tests.
Our objective is to continue to increase accessibility and decrease costs. And if you look at what we've done over the course of time, we've quadrupled the size of our testing plan. We've cut the cost significantly over the past few months. And this effort to ensure insurers you're able to get your tests refunded means 150 million Americans will be able to get free tests.
It's kind of complicated.
Do you see the gymnastics you have to do to get? You have to first order your test, and then when you get it, then you send it into your insurance company. Then they're going to reimburse you, and then it's effectively free. Well, why do you put this middleman in the middle that's going to skim off my COVID test? Because that's all that is. Well, then you send it to the insurance company, then they take it. They take their part, then the insurance company take it, and then they extra you a little charge. And that's why it costs more in America than it does anywhere else in the goddamn world to get a COVID test. Because of this crazy system we have, because capitalists own her and they own her boss. The capitalists at Big Pharma and health insurance companies, Blue Cross and Blue Shield and Aetna, they own her and they own her boss. They don't represent you. They represent Aetna and Blue Cross and Pfizer. That's who they represent. That's why they think like this. That's why their flex is, holy shit, we can't be giving away shit to people for free that we can have a private company make money off of. Here we go again.
Our objective is to continue to increase accessibility and decrease costs. And if you look at what we've done over the course of time, we've quadrupled the size of our testing plan. We've cut the cost significantly over the past few months. And this effort to ensure insurers you're able to get your tests refunded means 150 million Americans will be able to get free tests.
It's kind of complicated, though. Why not just make them free and give them out and have them available everywhere?
Should we just send one to every American?
Maybe.
Yes. Did you hear how she said that? Like that would be something crazy. Should we just send one to every American? Yes. You should send one to every American. Why wouldn't you? It's just like they shriek. It's all about protecting humans. That's why we got to lock everybody up in America. That's why we got to spend $800 billion a year on bombs. We don't need all about our safety and protection. They shriek when it comes to protecting Americans in ways that don't enrich the powerful, do they? Oh, my God. This isn't going to enrich anybody powerful, is it? Oh, my God. But they don't, and they don't ask the same questions about boosters, vaccines, the Pentagon. They never ask the same, who's going to pay? What are we supposed to do? Just give everybody in the country a vaccine? That's what you are doing. Here we go.
Then what happens if every American has one test? How much does that cost, and then what happens after that?
All I know is that other countries seem to be making them available in greater quantities for less money.
Well, I think we share the same objective, which is to make them less expensive and more accessible, right?
Oh my God!
We have the same objective, less expensive, more. You monster. What a fucking capitalist monster. Go ahead, Kurt.
Well, first of all, Jimmy, imagine how great she's going to be at 81 doing this job. But secondly, if this wasn't a political thing, this could actually be like an 80s Wendy's hamburger commercial, like, or one of those fast foods where they're like, you don't expect us to use real chicken in the McNuggets, do you? It's like that level of bluntly stupid. I mean, this should be a commercial. This should be a commercial. That's just like you would write a villain as her in a commercial for the bad company.
It's like, what are we going to do? Just give health care to every American? That's what you're suggesting we do? We do
Wendy's, we give health care.
So let's say there's a little bit more to this. Hang on.
Every country's going to do that differently. And I was just noting that, again, our tests go through the FDA approval process. That's not the same process. That it doesn't work that way in every single country. But what we're working to do here is build on what we've done to date and continue to build out our testing capacity because, Mara, we absolutely recognize that this is a key component of fighting the virus.
Aha! It's a key component to fighting the virus, testing. And yet, we're not going to give it to everybody. We're only going to give it to 150 million Americans. The other 180 million, go F yourself.
Well, they're not. 150 million Americans is whoever is going to jump through those hoops, assuming they have insurance.
Yes.
I mean, it's just so crazy that you would even think that's a solution.
Yes.
Like the rigmarole a company should have to go through, not some individual person.
Well, here's a nice tweet from Steven Semler. Says, Jen Psaki asks, how do you pay for that for COVID-19 tests a week after advocating for their Build Back Better Act, which has a $285 billion tax cut for millionaires? Maybe that's how you could pay for it. You ever think about that? Or how about this? They just passed a $768 billion defense policy. It's actually $778 billion. That's a wrong headline. New York Times, fake news.
Who's going to pay for that?
Who's going to pay for that? Same fucking people who are going to pay for the tests. You want to know how much we spend on? United States spends more on defense than the next 11 countries combined. That's what we're spending on bombs. That's all the countries combined. From China to India, Russia, UK, Saudi Arabia, Germany, France, Japan, South Korea, Italy.
You know what that chart tells me, Jimmy?
What?
It's time to go to war.
Time to go to war.
Jimmy, what if we have to fight against the next 11 countries combined? Now we have a backup in case it's all 11 against us.
So there's your Jen Psaki. There's your Jen Psaki, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's Kurt, we got to say goodbye to you, and we're going to say hello to so everybody check out Kurt this weekend in Batavia, Illinois at the Comedy Vault this Thursday, December 8th through 11th at the Comedy Vault in Batavia, Illinois, just west of Chicago.
Thanks, man.
Okay.
Bye, Steph.
Talk to you later.
Buddy.
Bye-bye. Hey, come see one of our live stand-up shows December 10th or 17th or New Year's Eve at the Two Roads Theater in Studio City, California. See you there. Go to jimmydorecomedy.com for a link for all tickets.